What's up everyone, Sean CountBlagorath here today with an album review, this time of the 2013 Unique Leader Records release of Behold Almighty Doctrine by Lecherous Nocturne. If you are not familiar with Lecherous Nocturne, they are an American death metal band. This is their third album and I am very familiar with their past work. In fact, I love both albums prior to this, so I had very high expectations, and I have to say, they were beyond met, they were exceeded. Lecherous Nocturne returns with an absolute mammoth slab of just brutal, heavy, crushing death metal that's done in a rather unique sort of way. It's kind of, I don't want to be that guy to say it's almost like cannibal worship, but it is at times, especially in the riff work. Not that that's a bad thing though, because, well, Cannibal Corpse are one of the best bands going in death metal. Definitely has a strong cannibal vibe to it. They always have, and they probably always will. But they've really gone beyond that point of being a almost worship band like they once were, in my personal opinion. The only thing that separated them from Cannibal was name, artwork, and vocal style was different. But this time around, they've really brought forth a really unique album for them. It's the same Lecherous Nocturne, but done in almost a blackened sort of fashion. To me, it sounds that way, at least. Especially on the song Bring the Void. Just really black metal-esque sort of riffs being done. And the riffs are very infectious. These are some riffs that I've heard in my sleep because I've listened to this album so many times. I've had this since January or so. And the more I listen to it, the more I pick out of it. But from the very first moment I heard this, there was already parts to it that were just stuck in my head, and they will continue to be stuck in my head. The parts can range from being very simplistic to quite technical, but not over the top technical. There's something to be said about a band that knows how to show off their talent, but do it in a way where it doesn't come across as showing off, just more or less showcasing it. These guys know how to do that extremely well. They've done that on their past albums, and this time it's done even better. I'm absolutely in love with the guitar work on here. Some of the riffs just really just drive the song to this new level of just straight up death metal majesty. These riffs just will pound, crush, leave, and you are just left with this feeling of utter shock and disbelief that this album is just so quick to the point, yet it leaves such a big impact. It doesn't carry on, it doesn't drag on, it just carries on long enough to really drive home the point, and the guitars really help that. The bass just really flows with the guitar extremely well. A lot of really good work being done here. I love the tone. It's very similar to Cannibal in tone, and I love their bass tone, so that's great. Just really nice, thick, robust, kind of fat, a little bit plunky tone. I really like that. This sounds really good. Drum work, just an absolute beast on the kit. Just special shout out to Alex, the drummer. He just decimates on this album. Just blast beats. It's just really heavy sounding drum beats. The kicks alone just sound mammoth. They don't dominate the mix, they're put at the perfect level within the mix to add to the heaviness of the guitars. It really doesn't take away from anything, like a few death metal albums tend to do that. The kick just really is there to crush, and it crushes, but it doesn't do it in an over-the-top fashion. Absolutely love that. Overall, the kit sounds very good, and what he's playing works extremely well in the context of the riffs and everything else. Probably one of my favorite songs drum-wise is Bring the Void, which is probably my favorite song on the album. Just really fast, crushing drums throughout the whole thing. Very creative fills, unique patterns here and there, just really good stuff. Vocally, vocally, these guys are very unique in the realm of death metal, and the reason I say that is the vocals aren't very low. They're more of this mid-range sort of growl that you would almost hear on, like, what's a good example? I don't want to say a metalcore album, but maybe Cryptopsy at the beginning of Worship Your Demons. I know everyone hates The Unspoken King, and I'm not saying this album is like that, but vocally, the vocals really remind me of that guy on Worship Your Demons. Just has that sort of like blah sort of thing going, and I love that. Personally, I think that's a great vocal style to have. Rather high-pitched vocals too at times. Just more or less ranges from a mid-range, not very low growl to a kind of a higher scream. It works very well for the music. They don't need to have the crushing low vocal because the music alone is crushing enough. The flow of this album is just absolutely unreal. I love how it flows. It goes throughout the entire album in a rather fast sort of manner, but it never drags on. It never feels too short either. It's the perfect length. And this is just a great, great album. For a score, I'm feeling a very strong 8.5 out of 10 on this. Definitely check this out. Buy this. Support Lecherous Nocturne. Support Unique Leader. Great label with just tons of great bands. Absolutely, by the way, love this cover art. Great stuff. But yeah, that's it, everyone. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And as always, keep it metal.